Well, hi, everybody, and welcome to this week's Furman Softball Weekly Windup. I am Dan Scott. That is Stacey Johnson-Whitfield, our weekly look inside the women's softball program here at Furman. As the regular season is winding down, the conference tournament is just around the corner, and we're going to catch up with all the goings-on. I kind of tread lightly when I ask you this question, Stacey. How are you?
I'm doing great.
It was a rough week, rough weekend.
It was a rough weekend. Obviously, it was the last SoCon series for us since our bye weekend is next weekend, and it was senior weekend, which is always a big deal. We came in and didn't necessarily play our best ball all at the same time in every game, and let some games kind of slip away. So.
And when you're trying to rebuild a program, which is what you're trying to do, one of the things that you have to deal with sometimes is maddening inconsistency, right?
Oh, yes. Yeah. I think I said this year, one of the biggest things I feel like makes this season so hard at where we're at right now, which is honestly where they put us preseason anyway, is that you see the greatness when they play together, and you see the greatness when all those three things, pitching, hitting, defense, all go together. And you're like, that's it. That's it. But like you said, consistency has been a little bit of a rough patch for us this season. So when it isn't there, you've seen what it could be. So your expectation kind of jumps up and down, and and always your expectation is to be that you want to come out with a win, and be competitive more than anything. But yeah, I think that kind of sums up our season.
Yeah. So once in a while, I like to go, into that penetrating journalistic mode and ask the deep questions. So, Stacey, what are you learning about yourself through all of this?
I don't know. I feel like I'm learning that I feel like I am a very patient person, and I feel like I am an optimistic person. So I think this year has tested seeing the good through everything of the inconsistency and sometimes the downs of this season, is just making sure that, I'm trying to see what can be worked upon, even if something's succeeding. Like I said, our hitting has been a consistent up this year. Like we are first or second in the conference with our average for the whole team. It's been an up, but even with that, just trying to wiggle to see, well, if we're struggling defensively or with our pitching, what can we do just one more step up within the hitting to maybe produce another run that could maybe win the game? So I feel like this season, I've tried to stay open-minded with maybe a tweak here and there, like pitchers yesterday throwing 2 innings instead of automatically assuming they're going to go a whole game. It's just trying to find the little things that could maybe just be just that little bit of a turn to help us win.
And the good news in all this, as you are, again, in the early stages of rebuilding the foundation and raising up this program, you can see, despite losing 3 this weekend, you can see that there are some pieces there, and there's some good young talent on this team, and that the future is bright. It's just that process right now that you're having to go through.
Yeah. And like I said before, previously talking to you, we have 3 freshmen on the team, and 2 of them have been our biggest contributors, besides a few others that have already been there, like Riley Ludlam and Ashley Likens and Caitlin Goldwaite. But you see the real good in that, and you're hoping to just build upon that within the year. But I know it's also a lot of pressure to put on freshmen, is to expect them to be some of the ones that are some of our heavy producers on the field and in our offense. So it's been a learning year. They've gotten a lot of experience, which hopefully next year and through the tournament, because the tournament's a clean slate, we can learn some things the next couple of weeks and really come in strong.
3 tough games with Chattanooga. 10-6, 6-4, and then a 9-inning 1-run loss yesterday, where, again, I think you see a lot of good, but those inconsistencies cropped up.
Yeah, Saturday was, I think, pitching was just not there. They kind of tried to battle through. I mean, Sierra did throw 5 1/4 or something innings scoreless for Chat. but one bad inning and we're down. So we were leading 4-0 through that whole game almost until the 6th inning. So that's why, like I said on Sunday, even though offense has been consistently producing, I tried to move just a couple of people around in the lineup to see if it produces one more run, two more runs. And then we had the pitchers kind of split, and I told them before the game, I said, this is going to be pitcher by committee game. I want you to give me 2 strong innings. That's all I'm asking. So they did. I mean, Sierra came out and threw 2. Then Emmy came in 2. Laura Lee came in 2. And I let Laura Lee start the 7th because she was pretty strong through her 2. She started getting hit a little bit, so we brought Sierra back in. She threw the rest of the game. So I think yesterday was the difference of our pitchers. I felt like did a better job. Defense and offense kind of struggled. But, we keep saying it. Just it's the name of the game this year for us. It's a little bit of inconsistency and believing that failure is okay and we can work through the failure. I think that's also been a struggle mentally for us a little bit this year. But there's a lot of really good in there. And, I know we see it as a staff, and I hope the players see it, especially with the returners and the players that are and the whole team going into tournament.
Well, and the key there is that you see it and your staff sees it. You know what the potential of these players in this program is, and that this is just an early stage 1 or 2 of this process that's going to get the softball program back to the top of the league. I mean, let's face it. A week ago, you were in a battle for first place, so it's not like you've got a long way to go.
Yeah, and the SoCon, and we said this before, they're all over the place. Everybody's beating everybody this year. It really is an open field with all the SoCon going on, and that's why I'm excited for the tournament, because I feel like we can come into the tournament, anybody can beat anybody. It doesn't matter really what seed you are going in. Because, I feel like in any day, if everything comes together, we can beat any of those teams. And that's our bid. That we're a one-bid conference. So you win tournament, you go to regionals. It doesn't matter what you did the rest of the season.
We are on our weekly program, Furman Softball Weekly Windup. I'm Dan Scott. That is Stacey Johnson-Whitfield. On the road for your final regular season game. Just a little matter of going to Chapel Hill, right?
Yep. Go to UNC on Wednesday, but I think we put this game in because we were going to be with no games for almost a week and a half going into tournament, which you never want. So we put this game in, and I am excited to go up there. Finals will be over. We're going to get pitchers. Everybody's getting some innings. We might maneuver the lineup again just to kind of see what would help us produce, and you never know. We seem to play our best ball against the teams that we aren't expected to beat.
Right.
So I think this is going to be a really great challenge. We've not played UNC at least the years that I've been here. So I think it's going to be a good one game going into the tournament to kind of figure things out.
And then the as you mentioned, the SoCon tournament coming up beginning May the 10th. So you're going back to Chattanooga to play that tournament. If the season ended right now, you'd be the 4 seed, right?
Yes, yeah, we'd be 4 seed right now if we ended.
But you don't play this coming weekend, so that could change.
Yeah, there's everybody plays this weekend. So and there's some really good matchups with Western and Sanford had an off weekend this weekend. They'll play. UNCG plays again. Obviously, Chat plays again. And, like I said, anybody can beat anybody. I know Western just swept ETSU, and they're going into this weekend on a high. They've been playing good ball, so we just don't know. But it kind of is like we're sitting there waiting to see what happens, which is never fun. But it's just it's the hand we're dealt this year with our season.
So when we talk next week, we will know what the seed is. We'll have the conference tournament schedule and be able to go a little deeper into that. Let's talk about, as we get into wrap-up mode here, something that I'm assuming went well for you from the numbers that I saw. Let's tell people how Dens Day went.
Yeah, Dens Day went well. We had a little over 80 people donate, and then we made right under like $7,000. So we obviously always appreciate any support we get. And, Yeah, we did some challenges throughout the day that the girls had a really good time with. Pies in the face and singing live on our Instagram, and some giveaways. And we still have a couple more things to do to kind of wrap up things that people donated for to see. But overall, I feel like it was a good day for us. And it was better than last year, which is always the key, is you just want to do a little bit better than you did the year before. So
yeah, that's the key to fundraising. You have to go forward. You can never go back.
yeah. So, and it's given us some really good ideas for
just like sales.
Yeah. But it's given us some really good ideas for just fundraising in general next year. We've already had those conversations to try to jump on it even before a Dins Day happens again next year. But it's a good start, and we just hope it just is going to bring better things to come.
And what's really cool with your team and what we've seen campus wide over the last handful of years, the student athletes really taking ownership and being creative and coming up with ways to engage the fan base. Fun challenges, thankfully none of the stupid TikTok challenges that seem to be causing issues, but fun challenges that just get people laughing, get them interested, and let's hey, can we humiliate a coach by getting a coach a pie in the face? Here's some money. Let's see that, right?
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that I think one of the biggest things that you can do as a program is show that the program's personality right now. I mean, there's so much in social media, but I think it's good to see a coach joke around with their players and the players be able to feel comfortable joking around with their coach and see the personality within the players, because then you kind of invest a little bit more personally or physically invest a little bit more, not necessarily always money, but you take interest.
Right. Well, and having said that, Dins Day has passed, but the ability to help out the program is always there if people want to, right?
Yes, yeah. You can always donate to the program, and we have like a tier program set up on the website too that tells you exactly how much money you can donate and what it would give back to the team, whether it be snacks, uniforms, practice gear, facility upgrades. So you can always check that out. It's also put on my Twitter page. I have it posted there too. But it's a great way to see where your money goes and know that $50 is going to give us just as much as, $1,000-something donation sometimes.
And we'll take a lot of both.
Yes.
So just throwing it out there,
yes,
right?
Yes.
All right, so Wednesday at Chapel Hill.
Yeah.
You'll be through finals. Finals wrap up this week, and that's here at Furman. As
huge.
We know, that's a big weight off of every student athlete's shoulders. So there's going to be that sense of freedom, perhaps, that they haven't had in the last couple of weeks.
Yes, that's the other thing about going to Chapel Hill. I think it would be a fun trip for us. It's a little bit of a longer trip, but we're going to be done with everything. School's over, finals are over. I think it's going to be a really good refresh for us to get ready for the tournament.
Sounds good. That's coming up on Wednesday, and when we meet back here again next week, we will have the full conference tournament schedule. As Stacey said, clean slate. This team has shown that it can beat anybody, and just as long as other teams know you're dangerous going in to the tournament.
Oh, yeah. I think that's key this year is because we have been a little bit inconsistent. I think teams now know that they can't just be like, oh, it's Furman, they're coming. They know that on any given day, we can play really good ball and we hit the ball well, and we can come out with a win.
Are they going to get Jekyll or are they going to get Hyde?
Yeah, we don't know.
Let's hope it's Hyde.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Thank you, as always.
Thank you, Dan.
That is Stacey Johnson-Whitfield. This has been Furman Softball's Weekly Windup. We'll be back again with another episode for you next week. Until then, for Stacey and all of us at Furman, I'm Dan Scott saying God bless you. So long, everybody.